Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great weekend. Today we'll be taking a look at a few chart analysis. As usual, we'll be starting with gold. So I'm going to try as much as possible to keep this video under 15 minutes because the feedback from last week analysis suggests that you prefer shorter videos. Okay, so I'm going to try as much as possible to go as fast as I can. If you love the content, leave a like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. So gold, this is a weekly time frame. And remember, from our previous analysis, we've been following up this weekly support level. So we broke the support level, eventually made a very good retest. So this is the level, we made a good retest, and now we are, coming back down below the support level. So I think we're going to go all the way down to these levels. So I'm just going to mark that out on the chart. So I think at least if the global turmoil continues, we might see gold coming all the way down to these levels. So this is what I'll be watching out for. So before then, we are just going to, watch out for some important area of value along the way as we grind downwards. That's if the global turmoil continues. So this is just a long-term outlook for gold on a weekly time frame. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame to see how we can, get important trade opportunities for us day traders. Okay, so for this coming week, possible trade opportunities. So we can take advantage of these price actions on gold. So I'm going to get rid of the weekly support level. Now on the 2 hours time frame, we are still slowly grinding downwards within this descending channel. So all the way from the all-time highs, we've been grinding slowly downwards, and we had a double top slightly above this channel, giving us a fake out. And last week we talked about waiting for a retest of this area of value. So this area has been used as a support level before. So we had a good breakout, consolidations all the way back up, all the way back down. So we had a retest and we had a dump. So this is what we were expecting to play out last week, and we did get this price action. So right now, what would I be watching out for gold in order for me to go short? Because clearly this is a downtrend and we want to be trading in line with the trend. Okay, that's just the basic rule for trading. Okay, trading in line with our trend. So what would I be waiting for? So I'll wait for something like this. Give me a minute. I'll wait for something like this, possibly the reversal to the upside, a consolidation, and a good breakout for me to go short. So I'm going to wait for something that gives me some sort of support level, okay, so I can get a good entry with a good risk to reward ratio, because as usual this will help me get a better stop loss, a tighter stop loss. So if I get a consolidation like this, I'm going to set my stop loss above the highs of those consolidations. So we might even go as high as, so we might go as high as, going back to retest this area of value, then form some sort of pattern before we drop. So this is what I'll be watching out for in order for me to go short on gold. So whichever plays out, I'm just going to follow up with the market and trade accordingly. Okay, so something else to understand or to note is that down here we have the RSI. So this might eventually become a bullish divergence. Okay, so as you can see, currently we have price slowly grinding downwards in the price, and we have the RSI giving us some bullish move. Okay, signs of some bullish move. So this is probably going to be a divergence if we should stretch a little bit downwards and get the RSI below the oversold level, or below the oversold level. So this would probably be a divergence to take price back up, okay, giving us that consolidation and then eventually a bearish move. So this is what I'll be watching out for gold. I'm not going to look towards opening buy trades right now on gold because the market looks so bearish. So until we break above this area of value, use it as support, and maybe probably break these highs, then I'll start looking towards gearing for bullish trade scenarios for gold. So for now, this is what I'll be watching out for in order for me to go short for gold. So moving on, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin real quick. So I'm not going to spend much time on this. So remember, Bitcoin has been a massive bearish trend, and now we have a descending triangle. Okay, so this descending triangle shows us that there's been some bearish pressure coming towards this support level on Bitcoin, and we are currently at the end of this descending triangle. Okay, so this is a daily chart, so I'm going to go down to the 4 hours chart so we can get a closer look at what's happening on the lower time frames. So for Bitcoin, you can see we clearly have a good support level, and you can watch out for two things. Okay, you can watch out for a bullish breakout or a bearish breakout. So whichever happens, we're just going to play along. But A bullish breakout, in my opinion, would probably be short-lived because we are strongly in a massive bearish trend. So I'm just going to mark out a few important levels to watch out for. Okay, so these highs is one of the most important levels to watch out for. Then we have these highs, and we also have these highs. So if we get a bullish breakout from gold or from Bitcoin, you could, trade along and make these highs your target. But I don't think we'll be coming all the way up to these levels, okay, at 25k. But anything is possible in this market. So just so you're aware, when we get a breakout, just know the first target should be this high, second target at this high, and last target at this high. Then we can think about aiming for higher targets. But I don't think we're going to go above these levels anytime soon. But if we should get a bearish breakout, then 15k is my target. Okay, so minimum target is 15k because that's where we have the next major support if we break below this 20k to 19k level. So this is what I'm watching out for Bitcoin. So personally, I'm looking towards the bearish scenario. Okay, so we get a breakout like this, we probably get a retest and dump, or we get a breakout, some sort of consolidation, and then a follow through with the bearish move. So this is what I'm watching out for Bitcoin. If we get a bullish breakout, I'm simply not going to go long because I already have quite a nice stash of all those. Okay, so I'm not going to go long on Bitcoin because I think going long will be short-lived because there's a ton of bearish pressure coming down on Bitcoin as we move in this highly risky environment. So that's it for Bitcoin. GBP-USD real quick. GBP-USD has been in a massive bearish trend, as we know. If you've been following our analysis, we've been taking advantage of this bearish move for the past 1 year now. So what we can see right now is this level right here is our support level from all the way back to 1985. Okay, so all the way back to 1985. So you can go to the higher time frame and check this out. Okay, let me just do this real quick. I'm going to go to the 2 weeks time frame so we can see exactly what I mean. So my chart isn't loading right now, so I'm just going to go back 2 hours time frame and let's focus with what we have. So on your own, you can just maybe check other charts. If you use the 2 weeks chart, okay, on maybe other brokers offering this GBP-USD chart, just check way back. This is around these lows dates back to around 1985. So this is a very solid area of support. Okay, and I think if we should go back to this level, we are going to see some sort of bounce for a bit before we probably maybe break below or head higher. So for now, we're going to work with what we have. So these are a very good area of value. So this level acted as a support before. We had a resistance, and now a resistance. So this is clearly a very good area of value, and coupled with the fact that we bounced off this trend line. So we had 1, 2, 3 and another touch. Okay, probably close. It was close but didn't touch it precisely. Then we had a double top here. So this is a sign of a reversal, and we eventually went down. So taking these lows, you can see this is a trend line, and the area of value, the trend line, and this other trend line, we have some sort of confluence here of price reversal coupled with a double top. So we have some bearish reversal, and this is what I'm going to be watching out for in order for me to take advantage of this move on GBP-USD. Okay, so since we already broke this slight consolidation, so this is kind of like a bearish flag in continuation of this bearish move here, and clearly we have not gotten down to the oversold level, so there's still enough room to run on GBP-USD. So I'm simply going to watch out for something like this. So I'm simply going to watch out for a break, some small consolidation, and then a move downward, or I'm going to wait for a break of this area of value. Okay, so this is something else to watch out for. So as you can see, this is a couple of price rejection on this level, and we had a bounce of this level. So we might see price come straight down to this level, consolidate a little, and if there's enough bearish pressure, we're going to go down. So I'm probably going to open a trade here, low risk, and my stop loss will be at these highs. Okay, so stop loss will be at these highs above the area of value and above this trend line. So when we break, there's a good chance we're going to go higher. So I'm going to go in here, low risk, and stop loss is going to be here. I might be wrong. It's just my opinion, and don't take my word for it. So you could disagree with me, but I'm just going to go in here low risk, and my stop loss is going to be above these levels. I'm going to wait for this level, probably take out some profit here, get a consolidation. If we get on that breakout, then I'm going to go short, targeting these lows. So this is it for GBP-USD. I don't see any reason to go long right now until we break this area of value and this trend line, get a consolidation, and then head higher. So this is what I'm going to watch out for in case we get that this week. So I'll watch out for something like this: a good break, a consolidation, and a break of that consolidation for me to go long. So this is the only reason why I will go long for GBP-USD. So other than that, I'm just going to go short at these levels, set my stop loss at these highs, and wait for these levels, and wait for a consolidation and go short if we should break below those levels. So that's it for GBP-USD. EUR-USD real quick on a 4 hours time frame. You can see we are grinding really nicely within this descending channel. Okay, dates back to March 2022, so way back about 8 months ago. So you can see we've been grinding slowly within this channel. So on a lower time frame, this is 2 hours chart, you can see price ranging within this channel. Okay, so this is a mini channel, so I'm just going to wait for us to consolidate a little bit more within this range. So consolidate a little bit more within this range and eventually get a bearish breakout. Okay, so if we should get a bearish breakout, I'm going to trade the sell from this support level. So this is what I'm going to be watching out for on EUR-USD. So something like this, excuse me. So for EUR-USD, I'm going to wait for something like this. So a consolidation within this range, then eventually a breakout. So when we break this level, I'm going to go short, targeting these lows or these lows of this channel. So at these lows, I'm going to take out some profit, then target these lower levels here. So if we indeed get a bullish breakout to the upside, then I'm probably going to go short from these levels, targeting the lower levels. Okay, because this is going to be a very good area of value. So I'm just going to mark this out. So this is probably going to be a good area of value. So between this level and this level. So if we should come into this level, okay, probably touching this area of value and maybe touching this descending channel, then I'm going to go short, targeting the bottom of this channel. But if we don't go higher, so if we should break this level, aiming higher, I'm not going to go long because this range is just not worth it. Okay, it's not worth the risk because we might get a short move, we might not get up to this level. But if we should break this support level of this channel, then I'm going to go short. But if we should break above, I'm going to wait till we get to these levels and open a short position targeting the lower level. I think this would be a better trade if this happens. But if it doesn't happen, I think the reverse is going to happen. So we might see something like this instead. So we may get something like this instead, then down. But if we don't get this, we are going to get this, where I'm going to open a short position at this level, targeting this below the channel. So that's it for EUR-USD real quick. And I think that's either way, one of those scenarios is going to play out. So I'm just going to watch that closely. USD-JPY, we talked about this last week, and this was actually a very good trade. So on the lower time frame, we did get that consolidation I was talking about. So this is a consolidation, and we did get a good breakout. Okay, so we did get a good breakout, and this was a nice massive run. So that's it for USD-JPY from last week. I hope you took advantage of this trade for those that followed our analysis last week. So what I'll be watching out for right now, since we are way above this area of value, I'm going to wait for a significant pullback if we indeed get one. So something like this, a good consolidation and a breakout before I go long. So I'm not just going to jump into going long right now, because my stop loss would have to be very wide, because the next area of value is just below this resistance level. So I'm not going to jump into a sell trade, into a buy trade, excuse me, at these price levels. So I'm simply going to wait for a good pullback, probably retesting these levels. But I don't think we're going to retest this level, but probably retest this level, consolidate a little, then look for an opportunity to go long. But I'm not going to jump to a trade here. Besides, we are currently extremely overbought, excuse me. So we are currently at the 89 level on the RSI. So this is overbought. I'm not going to jump into any trade. So I'm just going to wait for some sort of pullback, because the pullback is going to eventually, bring this RSI back into the safe zone where we can actually, look for opportunities to go long in line with the bullish trend. So that's my thought for USD-JPY. I wouldn't be jumping into a trade right now. I'll wait for a pullback, a consolidation, and then a bullish breakout in order for me to go long on USD-JPY. So lastly, we are going to talk about crude oil. Okay, so crude oil has been in a bearish trend, and if you take a look at this high here, I'm using the Fibonacci retracement tool, you'll find that we just bounced off the 71% Fib level. This is a very, very, very important Fibonacci retracement level. So this move all the way from this top down to this level, we had a 71% retracement. Okay, so price 78.6% retracement, excuse me. So this is the 78% level of the Fibonacci retracement tool. We had a 76% retracement level, and we dumped. Okay, so we dumped. I'm going to get rid of this Fib tool now so you see clearly. So this is an area of value. We broke this trend line. Okay, so we had a small consolidation. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you see this clearly. So we grinded slowly upwards, got rejected at the 78% Fibonacci retracement level, making a double top, got a reversal, consolidated on this trend line, marking the lows from this price action, and we made a breakout and we bounced off this area of value. So we had here acting as a resistance, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so multiple bearish reversals of those levels. We had a consolidation here, so struggle between bulls and bears, demand and supply, and we had a bounce of this level, and now we're currently consolidating at that level. So I'm going to wait for something like this, so maybe a bit more consolidation to give me a good risk to reward ratio before I go short. Okay, so this would help me set a tighter stop loss, because if I were to jump into a trade right now, my stop loss would have to be as high as this level, because this is the high we have. So if you should pick that range, you see this is just a no-go zone. 400 pip stop loss is just too wide in my opinion. So that's why I'm going to wait for some sort of consolidation. So we might actually come all the way down to this level before we get our consolidation, which would be my opportunity to go short. Or alternatively, we could reverse a little, make the consolidation on this area of value, and then a breakout. But either way, I'm going to wait for a consolidation, because it's going to help me get a better risk to reward ratio, because my stop loss would then have to be above the consolidation instead of setting my stop loss way high at these price levels. Something else to also watch out for is that on the crude oil chart, we have a gap that hasn't been filled. So if you don't know this, most times in commodities and currencies, gaps tend to be filled. So I think if we get a break below this area of value, we would target these levels. Okay, so I think this gap is eventually going to get filled, and I think that's what we are going to do right now. So that's if we're going to bounce up, go higher, I think this gap is going to get filled first before we head higher. So that's my opinion and my thoughts with crude oil. So that's it for today's weekly analysis. I know it was a bit fast. I believe everything was clear enough. Remember guys, this is just my opinion on the market. It doesn't mean I'm right. I might be 100% wrong. I haven't been 100% wrong though, but I might be. Some might go well, some might go wrong, but this is just my opinion on the market. You can do with it however you will. Okay, it's just for educational purpose, nothing more. So if you love the content, please smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave comments. Okay, also leave comments on the currency pairs, commodities, or indices you want me to analyze next week. It's going to help me filter out all the noise and give you exactly what you want. And lastly, don't forget to check out our Instagram page. We've got lots of great content over there. So that's it for this week guys. See you next week.